So ayun mga kababayan, nagbabalik na naman tayo for another video at ito po ang inyong lingkod, of course, Birador Pico at your service.
Gangster, you know, we do that better than anybody.
I bet you got it twisted, you don't know who to trust. So many player hating niggas trying to sound like us. Say they ready for the front, but I don't think they know it. Straight to the depths of hell is where them cowards going. Well, all you still down, nigga, holler when you see me. And let these devils be sorry for the day they finally free me. I got a caravan of niggas every time we ride, hitting motherfuckers up when we pass by. Until I die, live the life of a boss player. Cause even when I'm high, fuck with me and get crossed later.
Ayan na, so for today's video mga kababayan, ay may bibigyan po tayo ng reaction dito po sa nangyayaring singalot dito sa Senate pa rin mga kababayan, dahil nga nagkainitan nga, di ba? Nagkainitan to si Senator Raffy saka si Marcoleta, no? At maraming nagbigay ng opinion regarding sa nangyayari, especially ako rin, kasama ako diyan at mga vlogger. Ngayon mga kababayan, ito pong nangyari kay Marcoleta, okay, at kay kumusyon labang kay Senator Raffy. Ito ay masasabi nating isang isang leksyon to na kailangan talaga, 'di ba? Yung mga iboboto nating senador hindi yung mga bastos. Hindi yung mga 'di ba? Hindi yung mga may sariling tawag dito, may sariling agenda ika nga sa loob ng Senado. Sawa na tayo sa ganyan 'di ba? At kitang-kita naman natin na valid naman yung pinupunto ni Senator Raffy, 'di ba, na bakit ganun bias. Nag-init nga 'di ba mga kababayan. Nag-init to si Senator Raffy dahil nga parang feeling niya nabastos siya. Feeling niya nabastos yung ibang kasamahan niya na binibigyan ng ng ilang question lang, no? 2 question, even si Tito Sotto. Okay? Even si Tito Sotto, mga kababayan, ganun na lang din bastusin ni Marcoleta, 'di ba? Alam na, nakita naman natin sa video 'yan. Nakita naman natin sa live telecast yan, mga kababayan. So ang problema kasi dito kay kay Marcoleta, di ba, may pa rin, may tawag dito, may sarili pa rin siyang diskarte ika nga, na kahit na pinagmumula ng kumusyon, buti na lang talaga mga kababayan, sabi nga ng ating mga kababayan, buti na lang professional tong mga taong kaharap ni Marcoleta, na hindi kagaya nga raw niya bastos, no? Kasi maraming nagsasabi na bastos nga yung ginawa ni Marcoleta, pababastos yung ginawa niya dahil nga dito sa hindi niya pagsunod sa mismong patakaran niya, mga kababayan. So ngayon mga kababayan, itong naman kay Senator Lacson at saka kay Villanueva pa rin, mga kababayan, 'di ba? Na talagang nainit din ang kanilang sagupaan pagdating dito sa flood control project. Kasi para sa akin mga kababayan, huling-huli kasi itong si Senator Villanueva na merong tinatago, 'di ba? Na merong kinalaman dito sa issue ng flood control, at siya ay 'di ba? Siya ay medyo parang kinakabahan kay Senator Ping dahil si Senator Ping, mga kababayan, ang laki ng pagkakaalam niya ng mga sangkot na tao dito sa flood control project na ito. At diyan natin malalaman, mga kababayan, kung hanggang saan ba ang ako para sa akin mga kababayan, ito na ang pinakang malala na iskandalo na kinaharap ng mga senador, kongresista at kung sino man kaalyado ni PBBM. Dahil bakit po? Ito na, dahil si PBBM lang ang nakagawa nito, mga kababayan. Nag-iisang pangulo na si PBBM lang ang nakapag-declare na linisin ang hanay ng mga korap. Okay? Kaya nga tinanggal niya si PNP chief para bigyan ng ng bagong posisyon sa anti-corruption group. Okay? So isa to sa mga mga kababayan, magandang hakbang ng ating mahal na pangulo para bago matapos ang kanyang termino, 'di ba? Oo, iiwanan niya na 'di ba, natanggal or nalinis yung hanay ng kanyang ano, ang kanyang gabinete or ng kanyang administrasyon, 'di ba? So, eto yung kabuuan ng video mga kababayan na kung saan mainit pa rin ang talakayan, no? Sa mga hindi pa nakapanood, ayan, let's all watch this.
Mr. President.
Senator Lacson is recognized and he has the floor. And if he gives leave, Senator Bamakino may proceed for his interjections and interpolation.
Would the good gentleman from Cavite yield to a few questions?
Certainly to the father of the Pre-Tertiary Education Act, the distinguished gentleman from Tarlac.
Maraming salamat, Mr. President. Mr. President, magkatabi po tayo kanina when we asked the question to Secretary Pangandaman kung magkano ba yung flood control for 2026. At Mr. President, do you remember her answer? Kung magkano po yung nasabi niya?
I think I left the room, Mr. President.
Mr. President, ang nasabi po niya, 275 billion pesos
275 billion.
for 2026.
That's huge, Mr. President.
Napakalaki, Mr. President. And itong 275 billion po, according to former Secretary Bonoan, during the previous Blue Ribbon Committee hearing, nakadivide daw po ito equally among all legislative districts. And I pose the question, Mr. President, I'd like to know your comment also. Tama ba na i-divide na lang yung flood control equally to all legislative district, whether there is flooding or no flooding, Mr. President?
If you're asking my opinion, it should be equitable and should be on need basis.
What do you mean by need basis, Mr. President?
Need basis, if the legislative district is flood prone or susceptible to, say, it's a low-lying area, then that should be given priority or even bigger amount, Mr. President.
Kanina po, Mr. President, ang mungkahi ko po sa mga cabinet members earlier ay sana balikan nila tayo before December ng isang flood control budget na talagang may pagmamalaki at talagang kayang tayuan ng kanilang mga ahensya. Meaning, dapat po nakabase na ito sa mga lugar na talagang flood prone. And Mr. President, there was also one suggestion na gamitin natin yung Project NOAA kung ano ba yung mga lugar na talagang flood prone at sana dun mapunta yung flood control budget na sana maibago pa ng ating executive department, Mr. President.
Yeah, I fully agree, Mr. President. And besides, as per our records, marami yung naka-PISARO, meaning for issuance of SARO or aka FLR.
Yes.
Winidal na Malacanang, I think nasa mga 168 billion yon on top of the items vetoed by the President. Ito yung mga insertions na ginawa sa House of Representatives at saka sa BICAM. So, ang total, nasa mga 190 plus billion pesos pa.
And that is for 2025, Mr. President.
That's for 2025, correct.
Mr. President, kapag hindi po ito magamit in the next few months, ano pong pwedeng gawin sa 190 billion po na ito?
Well, pag hindi po nagamit, papasok na sa savings. No, nandiyan sa yung Supreme Court ruling, meron silang tinatawag na definition of savings, meaning hindi nagamit o kaya nakatipid sa paggamit or some other requirements para ma-declare as savings.
And Mr. President, it is the executive who can determine what projects need to be enhanced. Is that correct, Mr. President?
That is correct, Mr. President. Or the President may pull out some appropriations under the unprogrammed fund, under the special purpose fund, to augment the budget of some items under the regular budget.
So,
kung kailangan.
So Mr. President, merong 190 billion for 2025 na hindi pa nagagalaw.
Dahil naka for later release or what they call now as PISARO and for issuance of SARO.
And I'm sure, Mr. President, ngayon na merong flood control issue, magandang aralin talaga kung dapat ba talagang magamit ang perang yan dun sa lugar na nakalagay kung saan siya gagamitin, Mr. President.
Well, as suggested by our own colleague here, the former DPWH Secretary, mas maganda meron talaga master plan. No? Dapat integrated, coordinated, at saka manggagaling sa scientifically based or science-based ang pag-determine kung saan pwedeng dalhin yung mga budget for flood control projects.
Yes, Mr. President, I'd like to remind the body and our colleagues here, back in 2017, nung una pong pinag-uusapan yung libreng kolehiyo, the good gentleman from Cavite found some budget, no, with Senator Legarda, who was the chairman at that time of Finance. May nahanap po kayo?
8 billion pesos.
8 billion at yun po yung naging seed money natin para sa unang taon ng libreng kolehiyo. Do you remember that, Mr. President?
I remember that, and that triggered the early passage of the Pre-Tertiary Education Act.
Yes,
Kasi
Mr.
meron
President.
ng budget for the succeeding year. All we needed to do was to pass the law.
Yes, Mr. President. So, nagka-timing tayo dun, Mr. President. May alokasyon, napasa yung batas. Maybe, Mr. President, for this year, because we know that the needs for education are quite grave again, kung yung flood control budget po ay, if it will be amended or if it will be slashed, kung may makuha po tayong pondo doon, baka, Mr. President, like what we did before, we can reallocate these funds for education, Mr. President.
Kung ako po yung tatanungin ninyo, I will agree with you, pero hindi naman ako siga-siga dito, Mr. President. So, 24 tayong siga. Kausapin natin lahat.
Yes, Mr. President. Our Chairman of Finance, Mr. President, is extremely supportive. At ito na po siguro yung aming unang pasabi sa mga kasama po natin. Kung mababago po ang flood control budget, mababawasan o mazizero, sana po mapunta yung budget na yan sa talagang pangailangan ng taong bayan, gaya ng edukasyon.
I, for one, as a member of the Finance Committee, Mr. Chairman, and a member of this August body, I will support your proposal.
Thank you, Mr. President. That's all, Mr. President. Maraming salamat po.
Majority
Mr.
Leader.
President, the next to interpolate, Mr. President, is the gentleman from Isabela in the Davao region, no other than Senator Raffy Tulfo. I move that he be recognized, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Senator Raffy Tulfo is recognized.
First of all, I would like to commend Senator Ping Lacson dun sa ginawa niyang comprehensive research sa flood control. Kahanga-hanga nga at in-depth talaga at marami tayong natutunan because of that. Meron akong few questions kay Senator Ping. Senator Ping, kasi kanina medyo kinapos ako sa oras sa Blue Ribbon. Would you support na kailangan lahat ng mga contractors and DPWH officials, especially yung pinagdududahan na involved sa anomaly, na dapat makita natin yung kanilang ITR para pagbanggain natin yung kanilang mga possession tulad ng Diskaya na meron 28 luxury vehicles, kung yung ba'y babangga doon sa ITR na binabayaran nila?
I agree, Mr. President. In fact, I was informed by the minority leader that she was already served the LOA by the BIR commissioner himself, Commissioner Lumagi. So that could start the ball rolling in an investigation to be conducted by the Bureau of Internal Revenue, no less.
Pero kanina, Mr. President, I was informed by one of the personnel sa BIR, sabi ang bigyan lang daw ng LOA, letter of authority, ay yung company ni Diskaya. So ang gusto ko sana, mismong si Diskaya mismo, yung Diskaya mag-asawa, mabigyan ng LOA na para makapag-explain. And also, do you support, Mr. President, na hindi dapat abutin ng buwan o taon bago lumabas yung resulta ng LOA?
Yes, I agree, Mr. President. I'm not privy to because it was just relayed to me by Senator Soto. Maybe he can share what he knows firsthand.
And also, siguro, Mr. President, tulad sinabi ni Senator Soto kanina na nagustuhan ko ngayon dahil it happens na yung 28 luxury vehicles na binili ng mga Diskaya ay mula sa dalawang dealer mula sa dalawang car dealership na pasimuno sa smuggling ng mga sasakyan. In fact, yung dealership daw na yon ay involved doon sa pagpasok ng Bugatti na ako po yung nag-expose na hindi nakapagbayad ng tamang tax kaya nahila. So maybe doon sa 28 luxury vehicles baka mahila natin lahat yun, baka hindi nagbayad ng tax yun. Anomalous na yung pagkaroon nila ng ganong karaming pera, pati ba naman doon sa pagbayad ng taxes sa mga sakyan, anomalous pa rin. So do you agree, Mr. President?
Yes, Mr. President. By the way, I stand corrected and like to correct and put on record yung response ko kanina sa distinguished gentleman from Tarlac. Yung nabito ni Presidente, 26 billion. Ito yung program under the DPWH budget and another 168 billion under the unprogrammed. Yung Pizarro, malaki po ito, 757.3 billion pesos. So ganun kalaki yung naiwan sa budget kasi naka-hinold na Malacanang ang release ng SARO.
And last question, Mr. President. Sa records po ng DPWH, 103 contractors ang na-flag down nila na hindi tama yung ginagawa, meaning na blacklist. But out of those 103, isa lamang doon, Mr. President, ang sa flood control. Do you agree na dapat imbestigahan din ang DPWH? Bakit isa lang ang flood control doon na flag down na bilang tawag na blacklisted? Di ba dapat mas marami dapat doon ang flood control projects?
Well, all I can say, Mr. President, is that the President made a very good choice in the person of Secretary Vince Dizon. And I think being an action man, he will initiate a comprehensive and extensive investigation on the anomalies involving flood control projects. In fact, I heard that he already ordered the submission of courtesy resignations of all the officials, undersecretaries and below. And that's, I think, a good start.
And you did mention about Secretary Vince, Mr. President, and I do agree with you, Senator Lacson, of course, with the President of appointing him, because for me, he is the perfect person for that position. I only know him for a short time. It is a short stint bilang Secretary ng Public Services, me bilang Chairman ng Public Services. He's done a lot. Marami po siya mga nagawa, mabusisi siya. He does a lot of inspections. In fact, he's very strict with his people. He monitors his people very well. So I think he fits for that position. Do you agree, Mr. President?
Yes, I agree, Mr. President. As a matter of fact, I sent to him already an advance information through one of his prospective staff, who used to work under me sa PNP. I gave him the information on at least 2 district engineers, and a minor functionary sa Bulacan who are big-time gamblers in one of the casinos here. And the 2 of them, as per my information, used aliases. They hid their true identities, gumamit ng fictitious name, and ang recorded losses. This is just informal and official, but I intend to get the official record. Yung isa po natalo ng 300 million, yung isa more than 300 million. And these are salary grade 19 officials, being district engineer, and the other one is even occupying a lower position. So you can just imagine the enormity of the corruption that's going on. This is only in Bulacan, Mr. President. I got hold of the aliases that they used. So it will be easier for the concerned authorities to really identify or get all the records of their winnings and losses.
And it's very easy, Mr. President, kasi all we need to do is call the attention of Soler, Okada, and all other casinos para makita yung labas-pasok nitong mga nagsusugal ng mga DPWH officials, Mr. President.
Yeah, that's what I did, Mr. President. I already wrote Chairman Altenco to coordinate or direct the different casinos to provide the information. I gave him all the necessary information to identify or to point to the DPWH officials through their aliases. And by the way, there's this Memorandum Circular number 6, issued way back in 2016, na pinagbabawal na mahigpit ang paglalaro sa casino ng lahat ng government officials. Yung sinasabi rito, connected directly with the operation of the government or any of its agencies. Aside from a possible, malit lang pong penalty rito, yung violation of Article 178 of the Revised Penal Code, using fictitious name and concealing true name, mababa ang penalty. Arresto mayor and a fine not to exceed 100,000 pesos. Pero at least, dito kung sa violation naman ng RA 6713, Code of Conduct and Ethical Standards of Government Officials and Employees, medyo mataas yung penalty. Abot siya ng hanggang 5 years imprisonment, and ang fine nasa mga 5,000. And perpetual disqualification. Possible perpetual disqualification from holding public office.
And lastly, Mr. President, last na. Thank you, Mr. President. That's all. And I congratulate you, Senator Ping Lacson. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you very much to the gentleman from
What is-
Isabela.
What is pleasure of us, Senator Zubiri?
Yes, Mr. President, just to interject, with that revelation, may we ask if the Blue Ribbon Committee, which is already conducting the investigation, subpoena the CCTV as well as the pertinent documents that that fellow used in their gambling activities?
If the chair may I would want to interject. I asked the question earlier during the Blue Ribbon Committee, and former D. Henry Alcantara even admitted of their casino visits, no, with Bryce Hernandez and others, and we likewise requested Soler to provide the CCTV so that we can identify if indeed they are going there.
Yes, because that's unexplained wealth, Mr. President. Definitely, if they lose 300 million, where did they get the 300 million from?
From
Thank you,
flood
Mr.
control, Mr. President.
Exactly. But my point being is, kung may pera silang ganyan, talagang dapat mailabas ng agency yan, a proper agency concerned. And most especially, the gambling casino. If it's subpoenaed, they're no longer, I think, covered by the Privacy Act. If it's subpoenaed by the Blue Ribbon, pwede na makuha ang dokumento, yung video na yan, Mr. President. Thank you. Thank you.
Unfortunately, Mr. President, ang lifespan ng CCTV footages, 1 month lang. So kung naglaro sila more than a month ago, baka wala na, nakabura na yon.
Mr. President.
Yes, the majority leader recognized.
Yes, Mr. President, just to confirm the information given by Senator Lacson to Senator Rafi Tulfo earlier, I was just on the phone with the BIR Commissioner Jun Lumagi, and the additional LOA that they had given Mrs. Diskaya earlier was an additional for 2019 and 2024 that they refused to receive before. And the 2020 up to the 2023 was already served, ongoing, and for the 9 companies, but for the individual herself, yes, there is an ongoing investigation already and an LOA.
So that should address the concern raised by Senator Tulfo, Mr. President.
Thank you. Mr. President, next to interpolate is the gentleman from Nueva Ecija and Camarines Norte, Senator Robin Hood Padilla. I move that he be recognized, Mr. President.
Senator Robin Hood Padilla is recognized.
Maraming salamat po, Ginoong Pangulo, at sa ating pinunong mayorya. Meron lang po ako mga konting katanungan.
Willingly to the distinguished gentleman who played my role sa 10,000 hours.
Isang karangalan po at nakapagbigay po sa akin ng Grand Slam. Naniniwala po ba kayo, Ginoong Pangulo, na ang AFP sa ngayon ang may pinakamataas na trust rating, ang Armed Forces of the Philippines po?
I have no personal knowledge, but if you say so, Mr. President, I believe you.
Opo. Bilang kayo po ay dati na nasa Philippine Military Academy at kayo po ay nagserbisyo sa bayan, naniniwala din po ba kayo na isa sa pinakamatapat ang ating Armed Forces of the Philippines?
Tama po yun. Kasi yung kanilang oath, sinabi nila talaga, ipagtatanggol nila ang watawat ng ating bansa at ating mga mamamayan.
Bilang ako po ang gumanap ng inyong buhay sa 10,000 hours, pinagmamalaki ko po na dito ko po nakita sa AFP na sila po ay pwedeng pagkatiwalaan. Ito pong nangyayari ngayon sa flood control, naniniwala po ba kayo na kaya pang baguhin ang DPWH?
Kaya po. Especially na na-appoint si Secretary Vince Dizon. I think you will agree with me na isa siyang action man at talagang pwedeng pagkatiwalaan sa isang maselan na posisyon bilang Secretary ng DPWH.
Opo. Marami pong mga kababayan natin ang ito po talagang majority ay galit na galit po sa nangyayari na baha, sa mga dilubyo po nila na nararanasan. Sa tingin po ba ninyo ay may tiwala pa sila sa DPWH?
Sana po manumbalik ang kanilang pagtitiwala sa DPWH. Anyway, iba na po yung liderato at hindi ko naman po hinuhusgahan yung dating sekretaryo o dating kalihim na Secretary Bonoan. Pero ang sinasabi ko lang, dahil hindi ko naman siya kilala at kilala ko si Secretary Vince Dizon, malaki pong aking pag-asa na manunumbalik ang pagtitiwala ng ating mga mamamayan sa DPWH.
Opo. Ito naman pong akin po ay isang suggestion lang po ito. Kayo din po ang makakapagbigay liwanag sa amin bilang ito po ay out of the box po ito, aking mungkahi. Noong pong panahon ni Pangulong Arroyo, nagtatag po siya ng National Development Support Command. Ito po yung NADESCOM sa AFP. Ang NADESCOM po ang development arm ng AFP upang labanan ang insurgency sa mga kanayunan. Sila po ay nakikipag-partner sa mga private donors at local development units upang magsagawa ng iba't ibang development projects tulad ng mga school buildings, farm-to-market roads, health centers, rural electrification, bridge, pathwalk, water system, multipurpose buildings, at rain collectors. Ngunit sila po ay binuwag noong 2012. Tinataya po na 1,800 development projects po ang natapos nila mula noong sila po ay maitatag. Ang akin pong mungkahi, dahil ngayon po ay marami po ang pinagre-resign ng ating mahal na Pangulo, bilang hindi naman po pwede na itigil ang mga flood control projects, hindi po ba pwede na ito munang NADESCOM ang magtuloy ng mga flood control projects na mga nasira o mga na-ghost? Sa palagay po ba ninyo, pwede natin silang pagkatiwalaan?
Totoo po yun at pwede natin imangkahi sa Pangulo ng Pilipinas sa mag-issue uli ng executive order para mabuo uli yung sinasabi niyong NADESCOM. In fact, meron tayong engineering brigade, no? Capable naman po sila na magsagawa ng mga development projects, infrastructure projects, school buildings, even roads, ano? Kaya nila 'yan. So maganda po yung inyong mungkahi at sana makarating ito sa palasyo at magawa ng karampatang aksyon. Tama-tama, meron tayong ongoing na budget deliberation. Baka pwede nating kung magkakaroon ng basihan sa pamamagitan ng isang executive fiat, pwede tayong sigurong mag-realign ng budgets papunta sa DND or AFP nang sa ganon mapondohan yung inyong minumungkahi na pagbuo muli o pag-revive ng NADESCOM.
Yun lang po, mahal naming tagapangulo, sapagkat sa aking pong paniwala, matagal po ito sigurong adjustment natin dahil marami nga pong pinagre-resign, baka maantala po yung mga proyekto na flood control. Mainam po sana ipagkatiwala muna po natin sa AFP dahil sila po ang pinagkakatiwalaan ng ating taong bayan. Maraming salamat.
Maraming salamat po. Alam nyo, yung mga out of the box, minsan mas kapapakinabang pa kaysa sa yung mga common o yung regular na mga proposals. Maraming salamat po sa ginoong distinguished gentleman from Nueva Ecija.
Salamat po.
Yes, I believe Senator Gatchalian is next. Senator Gatchalian is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, will the distinguished gentleman from Cavite receive a few questions, Mr. President?
Certainly to my honorable chairman of the Committee on Finance.
Thank you, Senator Lacson. When you were giving your privilege speech 2 weeks ago, you showed a contractor there by the name of Darcy and Anna, and I took note of that name because you also mentioned that contractor, I think it was a sole proprietor, if I'm not mistaken.
That is correct. Sole proprietorship.
Sole proprietorship. And that struck me because when we were looking at the top 15 contractors that were mentioned by the president, we were surprised to learn that 4 of them are also sole proprietor. No? This is QM Builders. The other one is Wawa Builders. I think you also mentioned Wawa Builders in your privilege speech. MG Samidian, and then Road Edge. Just to give the body information, QM Builders has a contract from 2022 to 2025 of 7.3 billion pesos.
Sole proprietorship.
Sole proprietorship. Ang Wawa Builders, 4.2 billion pesos. MG Samian is 5 billion. And Road Edge, about 4.5 billion pesos. Typically, sa pagkaalam ko, Mr. Chairman, ang sole proprietor typically are created by entrepreneurs managing their very small business. Typically, mga grocery or hardware or bakery. But first time ko nakakita na isang sole proprietor, 7.3 billion pesos ang kontrata in a span of 3 years. So that's about 2 to 3 billion every year. May I know from the good gentleman if he has also saw this unusual, it's not illegal, just to put it on record, but it's unusual. No? And may I pick the brains of the good gentleman on why this unusual practice is present in this type of government projects?
Hindi na rin po nakapagtaka kasi sa loob mismo ng PICAB, yung Contractor Accreditation Board, may dalawang contractor na simultaneously or overlapping while serving as director of PICAB, they still own their respective construction firms. Yung isa yung AS Escalante, AN Escalante, or anyway, Escalante Construction Corporation. Yung isa EGB, Ernie G. Baggao. And then when I called out, called the attention of the board, di ba nag-deny agad sila ng possible shenanigans inside the board. So I dug deeper and I found out that 2 of their directors, ganun nga, one was appointed in September of 2023 and at the same time, meron silang pinirmahang kontrata with DPWH. Ang katwiran po nung isa, particularly si Director Escalante, ang sinasabi ro doon sa RA 4566, the law that created PICAB, isang requirement, isang qualification, kailangan contractor ka. And I don't dispute that. Parang this is akin to the qualification to be a judge, dapat lawyer ka. Pero sinasabi naman sa kabilang batas, because yung RA 4566 was passed in 1965. Yung RA 6713 was passed in 1989. So libre siya sa 4566 pero hindi siya liligtas sa 6713. Pension, Your Honor.
Majority Leader.
Yes, Mr. President. Mr. President, if I may just interject also, Mr. President, with regard to the issue on PICAB issuing licenses and renewing licenses, Mr. President. If I may ask the good gentleman from Cavite who diligently worked hard and did a lot of research on this particular matter. In today's hearing, Mr. President, Your Honor, this representation asked the board members, the chairman himself, Dr. Pericles Dakay, whether or not the 3 members of the board of PICAB actually are not only contractors or officers or owners of companies. I asked, Mr. President, if they have government contracts with DPWH and LGUs. And the chairman answered and said yes in the affirmative. And he even mentioned, Mr. President, that even the 2 board members, namely Engineer Bagao and Engineer Escalante, ay pareho daw po nag-sign ng kontrata.
That is correct. We have the records, Mr. President. Nag-overlap to sa kanilang position or appointment as board directors. At the same time, nagpirma sila ng contract with DPWH. Meron kaming slide dyan.
Yes. Mr. President, in fact, I was surprised because walang kibit balikat. Right away, answered the question. Yes, we are contractors. We are involved with government contracts. Nagulat po ako, Ginoong Pangulo, sapagkat you were mentioning a while ago yung ethical standards for public officials, which is very clear. In fact, I even asked whether or not there's something wrong about it. And it appears na parang hindi sila aware that something wrong about it. For example, Mr. President, si Dr. Dakay is associated with Dakay Construction and Development Corp. May mga proyekto po siya, national and various local government units, public facilities like government buildings and schools. Si Engineer Bagao ay associated with EGB Construction Corporation. Dinescribe po siya as one of the top contractors for flood control projects, securing projects worth over 7.7 billion, Mr. President. And if I'm not mistaken, Your Honor, Senator Lacson made mention about this particular person, Engineer Bagao, that signed government contracts while simultaneously
July 25, 2024.
So he is
And
a
he was
pickup board
appointed
member.
September 2023.
So he's indeed a board member when he signed those contracts, Your Honor.
That is correct, Mr. President.
And then this Engineer Escalante is associated with AN Escalante Construction. And allegedly, again, he signed a contract with DPWH on behalf of his company in May 2022, again, while already a pickup board director. Mr. President, let me fast forward. What can we do about this, Mr. President? Should DTI do something about this? Of course, in the course of our investigation here in the Senate, the committee will recommend the filing of charges against this board members.
Even without the Senate recommendation, DTI or SIAP or SIAP should file charges kasi SIAP implementing board ng SIAP yung PCAB
Yes.
yung Construction Industry Authority of the Philippines, which is under DTI. Even without a recommendation, sabi ko, this is an open and shut case, no?
Gangster, you know, we do that better than anybody. I bet you got it twisted, you don't know who to trust. So many player hating niggas trying to sound like us. Say they ready for the front, but I don't think they know it. Straight to the depths of hell is where them cowards going. Well, all you still down, nigga, holler when you see me. And let these devils dissolve for the day they finally free me. I got a caravan of niggas every time we ride, hitting motherfuckers up when we pass by. Until I die, live the life of a boss player.